In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Frederick, Colorado, the Watts family appeared to be the picture of happiness. Shanann Watts, a vibrant and loving mother, her husband Chris Watts, and their two beautiful daughters, Bella, 4 years old, and Celeste, 3 years old, seemed to have it all. But beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect life lay a dark secret that would soon unravel in one of the most shocking and heartbreaking crimes in recent memory. On August 13, 2018, Shanann Watts returned home from a business trip in the early hours of the morning. She was pregnant with the couple's third child, a boy they had already named Nico. Just a few hours later, Chris Watts would report his wife and daughters missing to the police. He claimed that Shanann had left for a play date with the girls and never returned. But something about his story didn't add up. As the investigation unfolded, the police quickly became suspicious of Chris. His behavior was erratic, and his story was full of inconsistencies. When questioned, he appeared calm and detached, showing little emotion for his missing family. Friends and family of Shanann were quick to point out that it was completely out of character for her to disappear without a trace, especially with her children. The police began to dig deeper into the case, and it wasn't long before they uncovered disturbing evidence. Surveillance footage from a neighbor's home showed Chris Watts loading something into his truck in the early hours of the morning. The footage was grainy, but it was clear that he was moving large objects, which later turned out to be the bodies of his wife and daughters. As the investigation continued, Chris Watts's lies began to unravel. He initially claimed that Shanann had killed their daughters in a fit of rage, and that he had killed her in retaliation. However, this story quickly fell apart under scrutiny. The autopsy reports revealed that Shanann had been strangled to death, and the girls had been smothered. There was no evidence to support Chris's claim that Shanann had harmed the children. Under intense pressure from the police, Chris Watts eventually confessed to the murders. He admitted to killing Shanann in a fit of rage after an argument, and then smothering his daughters to cover up the crime. He loaded their bodies into his truck and drove to an oil field where he worked. There, he dumped Shanann's body into a shallow grave and placed the bodies of his daughters in separate oil tanks. The details of the crime were horrifying. Bella and Celeste had been alive when they were placed in the oil tanks, and their tiny bodies were found submerged in crude oil. The image of those innocent children who had trusted their father completely, being betrayed in such a brutal way, sent shockwaves through the community and the nation. Chris Watts was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder, including the murder of his unborn son, Nico. In November 2018, he pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The case garnered widespread media attention, and the public was left grappling with the question of how a seemingly normal man could commit such a heinous act. Shanann's family and friends were left devastated by the loss. They remembered her as a devoted mother and wife who loved her children more than anything. The tragedy of her death and the deaths of Bella, Celeste, and Nico served as a stark reminder of the dark side of human nature and the fragility of life. The Watts family murders have left a lasting impact on the community and the nation. The case has been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, and podcasts, each attempting to unravel the mystery of what drove Chris Watts to commit such a horrific crime. While we may never fully understand the reasons behind his actions, the memory of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico will live on as a reminder of the importance of love, family, and the need to protect those who are most vulnerable. In the end, the story of the Watts family is one of unimaginable loss and betrayal. It serves as a chilling reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, and that the people we trust the most can sometimes be the ones who hurt us the deepest. But it is also a story of resilience and the enduring power of love, as Shanann's family and friends continue to honor her memory and fight for justice in her name. If you like this tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more frightening true stories.